What's going on, Jerome's? So Labor Day weekend is here, which means that the NFL season is right around the corner. Now, I love me some training camp and preseason. It's all about the bottom of the rooster, practice squad guys, Johnny tryhards, and I love it, man. But now's about the stars. Right, stars need to come out and shine, and the Vikings want to see some stars and some constellations and go fully interstellar in 2024. So here are 10 X factors that are going to play a role in what the Vikings do and how the Vikings do this season. Well, first off, number one is schedule. So, yes, everyone in the mom said the Vikings do have a tough schedule. A lot of games early on against premium opponents. You look at the Texans, you look at the Niners. The Jets allegedly are going to be good. The Packers, whatever. And then you got that early bye week. Ideally, would have rather had a later bye, but it is what it is. And then you got 3 straight games on the road, weeks 10 through 12. Jaguars, Titans, Bears, oh my. Then a nice little home stanza, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears. But you play who you play, right? And every daunting schedule looks tough. Sometimes could be easy. Sometimes easy schedules suddenly get tough. Like, teams rise and fall in this league every single year. That's what's great, and that's why every fan base has hope, except for the Patriots. Anyways, number one, ball security. So this was what was so frustrating last year. Is just every time the Vikings got some momentum, fumble, interception, drop pass that turned into an interception. It was just maddening, man. And the Vikings were 31st in the league in turnovers, 15 fumbles, 19 interceptions, consistently losing the turnover battle, and you're not going to win that way. Right? And for everything that went right in 2022, 2023, not so much. It was tough. Now, Kevin O'Connell and company have talked tough about, hey, you got to hang on the football. You're going to get benched. Didn't happen last year. We'll see what happens this year. But, yeah, ball security needs to be priority number one for the Vikings. Number two, will Sam Darnold pucker? Now, Sam Darnold, we've already dubbed America's quarterback. Eventually, there we go. I would love for him to be comeback player of the year, even though the new guidelines maybe prohibit him, since he's not really coming back from an injury. He's just coming back from being asked, thank you. But he's got all the tools. Like, he's got all the weapons, got great coaching, got Darisaw, opportunistic defense across from him. But we said he doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, he doesn't have to be a tier 1 guy. He just needs to be above average, and this offense will move the ball and put up points. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. And Darnold, I mean, he played with confidence at USC, got the piss beat out of him during the professional tour with the Jets and the Panthers, but I think that year with the Niners could certainly help him. And now, even though he's sort of uneven in camp, he's had some great moments, he's had some great practices, and going up against Flores' freaking defense every single day will certainly help him. And also, Justin Jefferson will certainly help him as well. Number 3, pass catchers other than Jets. So Justin Jefferson is obviously a wide receiver 1 in the friggin' league. Addison, going to be slowed by that ankle injury, TBD, what his status will be for week 1 or the beginning of the season. And no, it's very unlikely that he's going to be suspended this year, probably going to face suspension next year. Jalen Naylor had a fantastic training camp in preseason, a bona fide wide receiver 3. Finally, hopefully, knock on wood, he can stay healthy. Brandon Powell, Kevin Connell loves a lot. Tristan Jackson had himself a dynamite training camp in preseason, earned his 53-man spot. And also the Vikings are going to be without TJ Hawkinson, one of the best receiving tight ends in the game for at least the first 4 weeks. So, I mean, someone's got to step up early, especially if Addison is out or is slowed and Jefferson is going to get mugged by 2 or 3 defenders every single snap. Who's going to step up? Will it be Naylor or Jackson or Powell or Munt or whoever? Nick Muse. I would love that random curveball. Like, Nick Muse is like fantasy's number 1 tight end through the first 4 weeks of the season. That'd be great, man. But someone else has to step up. Or, hell, Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler out of the backfield. Certainly take that, too. Number 4, pass rush efficiency. So, I mean, the pass rush was interesting last year because, yes, Danielle Hunter set a career high in sacks, and also guys like DJ Wonnum were getting some, too. But it was very inefficient. And last year, Flores and company, they had to blitz 51.5% of the time, number 1 in the league, but only got pressure 21.9% of the time, 14th. So number 1 in blitz, still 14th in pressure. that's very inefficient. And a big problem was last year the Vikings just couldn't consistently get an interior pass rush. Now, Jalen Redmond, as well as Levi Drake Rodriguez, hopefully can alleviate some of that, as well as some NASCAR packages. You look at Hottie Ward, Patrick Jones second, dropping down, plus the addition of Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Gennard, who I think could certainly be a major X factor for the Vikings, as well as, of course, Diamond Dallas Turner. I mean, the Vikings can bring heat. And I think that Flores is going to get super creative up front. Hopefully Pace Jr. gets some more blitzing opportunities as well. But they have to, instead of just blitzing, leaving your back end exposed, I mean, how about you're able to get home with 4 and the occasional 5? I mean, getting home with 4 is the ultimate competitive advantage for a defense. And you can just drop 7 and just confuse the hell out of even season quarterbacks. So hopefully the Vikings can be more efficient in that regard. Number 5. Interior offensive line. So really kind of goes without saying, but will Garrett Bradbury stay healthy? He's missed games over the last 2 years, and the offensive line, even though we've given Bradbury a lot of poop, like it noticeably dropped off in performance when 56 was out of the lineup. Blake Brandel in year 1, does he earn that left guard job? Does he reward the Vikings' confidence in him and the contract in him with solid left guard play? Ed Ingram, year 3. Ay, Dios mío. So Ed Ingram is solid as a run blocker, really needs to get together as pass protector, but hopefully working on communication with Bradbury, Brian O'Neill will certainly pan out. But if not, I mean, Reisner is on IR, designated for return, has to miss at least 4 games, but the Vikings do have a little bit of depth in that spot. But as the interior offensive line goes, so does this entire damn offense. Number 6, cornerback health and depth. So the Vikings had a very interesting offseason, but bringing in Stephon Gilmore, bringing in Shaq Griffin coming back from that hamstring, and Murph in the slot. Like, you do have the makings of a nice veteran trio who's been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Murph in year 2 with Flores, being able to work from the slot where he's best suited. Gilmore and Shaq on the outside, 2 press man veteran corners who've been there, done that, as well as young guys like McLaughlin. I think that his future is very bright. Great veteran in Moreau hanging around. Caleb Evans hopefully can get together in year 3. So cornerback depth, even with the very tragic passing of Kyrie Jackson as well as Blackman with the ACL, I mean, overall, like, you're kind of okay with the way things are looking headed into week 1. Also, if the Vikings pass rush becomes more efficient, that will certainly help out everyone on the back end as well. Number 7, Flores' chess pieces. So Flores loves versatile players, and we're talking about the Josh Metellises of the world. Yeah, we're talking about Andrew Van Ginkel as well. Plus, Hottie Ward, low-key, can play edge rusher, which he was at in most of training camp and preseason, but also he can put his hand in the dirt and be a damn solid 4-tech, 5-tech, as well as a 3-tech. So there's going to be a lot of different combinations for Flores to dial up pressure and heat and different looks, and hopefully that will result in offenses being confused. And I mean, O'Connell, Darnold, and McCarthy have talked about how it can be perplexing going up against Flores every single day, because it's not a defense that just stands around and you know where people are going to be and you're just playing straight up football. But Flores is one of the best disguising defensive coordinators out there, and that can be fantastic for the Vikings. And also those chess pieces are a major part of that. Number 8, efficiency in the run game. So, like we said, last year the Vikings were in running the ball. Alexander Madison is the only running back 1 who did not score a touchdown in the league. Vikings were 29th in rushing yards, 30th in rushing touchdowns. And plus, a lot of that was Josh Dobbs. The Vikings running back room was dead last in a lot of statistical running back categories, but also they were 24th in yards per carry. Now, part of that is on the running backs. Yes, part of that is on Kevin O'Connell not calling a great game. Also, that's on Curtis Modkins, run game coordinator, running backs coach. It's also on the offensive line. It's a failure in a number of areas, but hopefully everyone learned from that. And now the Vikings with Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, Myles Gaskin, etc. Jaron Hall is still on this list. We need to fix that. But now, all of a sudden, things hopefully will get more efficient up front. And the Vikings are running a lot more man and gap this year. Hopefully that will get some confidence for the guys up front, and also saving slinging Sam Darnold from himself and having play action be viable, and not putting everything on his shoulders. And plus, hey, if you're able to run the ball, all of a sudden those doubles and triples on Jefferson, fewer and far between. And then JJ gets the feast, man. Number 9, the new kickoff rules. So, yeah, everyone's been hiding everything throughout training camp and preseason, but now, like, hey, Myles Gaskin is your kick returner 1. What's Coach Hack going to do? Is there going to be interesting wrinkles? Also, kickoff coverage. Like, is Will Rackard going to be your kicker every time, or is Kamu Grugier-Hill going to kick? Is there going to be something interesting there, or... Because if you're able to take advantage of the rules early, that will be a huge competitive advantage before teams start catching up. I mean, this is a great opportunity for Coach Hat to get creative and the Vikings to really take it to the next level. Lastly, number 10, will Kevin O'Connell take the next step? So, Kevin O'Connell is known as this player's coach. He's a good offensive mind. He's a good offensive play caller, but can he morph into that alpha coach? Like, can he become a top 10, top 8 coach of the year candidate where he outfoxes, where he outcoaches, where he out-adjusts the opposition? And yeah, he's got the makings of that, but just like everyone else, he's learning on the job. Like, this is year 3 of him as a head coach and a full-time play caller, but having this team and specifically the offense for him being efficient, becoming unstoppable, and then just going for that. Screw these need-to-run games where it's a bit of a coin flip and it comes down to who has more turnovers on the day. What about just going in and dropping a 50 burger on people? Let's go. Let's go, man. I would love that. But that's it. That's at. Take a look at 10 X factors for the Vikings in 2024. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.